ATK and saying, TKG, what is good with y'all, man? Listen, with this new album review system, I will be telling you how I feel about this album, pretty much ranting about it the entire time. Probably won't be playing any music. If you guys want me to play any songs, for future videos, please tell me so in the comment section of this video. It will really help a lot to determine how to go forward with this series. But I will be telling you my favorite song, least favorite song, favorite 3-track run, what to expect during the album, why you'll be turning it off, and my overall rank for the album. Now, just to jump out the gates, this album was very, very boring. Getting right into it, the first couple tracks were super uninteresting. I thought maybe Gunna would have kicked it off with a little heat, but he kicked it off the same way he does anything. Very boring, it just sounds uninspired, just sounds like, trademark Gunna, just didn't put too much energy into the songs. A couple songs on here that had a lot of potential, like the one with Chris Brown and Young Blue. I felt like it could have been a lot better. The beat really took me out of it. It just sounds like the beat is, mixed terribly, like the piano that's in it just isn't mixed that well with the drums, the kick beats, the bass, everything. It just sounds very, very off. The song with Chloe Bailey could have been a lot better, could have integrated, added or used Chloe Bailey a lot better than how she was. Definitely was just a big waste of her time. I mean, it was good to have her on the album. Probably got a lot of attention, and stuff like that. Songs with Young Thug sounded pretty nice. The songs with Future were a little disappointing. 21 Savage had a very good performance. G Herbo had a very, very good performance on this album. It's just Roddy Ricch, his part was just absolutely a waste of time. The features on this album, not gonna lie to you, just didn't, they don't mesh too well with Gunna. This particular album, they just didn't really do their justice, really. On any normal basis, if it was Gunna featuring them, I feel like, Gunna featuring 21 Savage probably would have been a lot better if 21 Savage was more featured on his own track than Gunna is more featured on his own track with 21 Savage, if you know what I'm saying. It's absolutely sad to say that Gunna here there's a couple songs here, if I have to give you an overall feel for the album, you're gonna wind up being either impressed by some tracks, or they're just gonna be songs just to listen to, just to play in the car and nowhere else. Sadly, I must say that I went into this thinking that Gunna was going to change my mind, because as you know, if you've been watching my channel, I've said that Gunna is really boring, and he did not change that aesthetic here. Gunna still is extremely boring. He is very, very boring here. There are some tracks where he tries to pick it up, tries to be different. Tracks here where he tries to sing and give a little energy on that regard. It works on some instances. Some instances it really just doesn't. This is truly a hit or miss album, to where it's like, if you're a Gunna fan already, you're probably going to wind up telling yourself that you're going to like this album. Some people on Twitter I've already saw that have already kind of just shied away from the album, said that it wasn't for them. People already say that the album is pretty bad, and I'm not gonna lie to you. If you said that this album was bad, I see why you're saying that. If you're saying it's good, I can see why you're saying that. It was just a middle of the mall album for me. If in my personal opinion, I feel like Gunna could do much better. I feel like his potential is still intact. He can improve from this. The beat selection on here is what saves the album, if I'm being honest with you. If we're talking about what to look forward to with this album, I would say that it is 100% the vibes and the beats. The vibes and the beats are the exact reason why people are going to wind up sticking around and staying. Reason why people probably won't listen or turn it off is the features are pretty, they're pretty droll. Effort's pretty minuscule at best. Gonna have to say that it's a very boring album. And yeah, it's sad that these same critiques could be used for Gunna every single time. Now, not the feature critique, because I mean, we expected Chloe Bailey to do much better. We expected Chris Brown and Young Blue collaboration to be very good, but it just wasn't. The beat really ruined that. It could have been much better than it was. Favorite track on here most definitely would have to be I Don't Know That Bitch, if I'm saying the track right. Mind you, I just listened to this, so if I got that name wrong, I apologize. Least favorite for sure is How You Do That, or yeah, I believe it's something along the lines of that. I'm doing this unscripted, by the way, so please don't, just, how you gonna fucking, how you gonna judge the album? You don't even know the names of the fucking shit. Literally just got done with the album. Just got done listening to the album. Like, podcast with me and Amir is out. I listened to that. Came back to the album. Said, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Let me crack into this a little more. Wound up listening to a couple of other tracks a couple more times. Not gonna say that I listened to this album 4 or 5 times, but I listened to a few tracks. A couple. Yeah, it was one or two times to make sure that I really felt the way I felt about them. Some tracks was only a 1-track listen, and that was enough for me. Best 3-track run, you can already see Flooded. I felt like had a lot of potential. I really liked Flooded. It just sounded like your typical Gunna song. Really good beat, really good chill sort of hype beat with Gunna, doing his same old kind of stuff, his little flow. So yeah, but now moving on to the overall aesthetic, the overall feel for the album, the rating that I'm giving this album. I'm probably going to put the songs up as well of what I rated the songs, but overall this wound up being a 6.2 out of 10. I do remember that by heart. This did get a 6.2 out of 10. It is not the worst album, I will say. I was bored with a lot of tracks, but what wound up saving this album, like I said, was the beat selection. And again, you're never gonna get really good lyricism out of Gunna, but I felt like a lot of tracks were, just copy and paste, just different beat, just say it a different way, but it all just seemed the same, and there were some songs that were a nice surprise. Like I said, the songs that had some potential, just it really would have made the album better if that beat was better with the Chris Brown and Young Blue. The Chloe Bailey track would have actually had more Chloe Bailey in it. Track was a little longer. It probably would have done him wonders. But 6.2 out of 10. I cannot give it something too much higher. I'm gonna wind up listening to it a little more. Not gonna force myself to love this. Just gonna see if 6.2 is the correct rating. Could be up to a 7, possibly even an 8 if I learn to like some of these tracks. Possibly could go down depending on my distaste for a couple other songs, because Gunna is not an artist that I feel I will keep going back to. I feel like Gunna is not going to be a guy or an artist that is going to stay in my playlist, if you know what I mean. So overall, this album, it could have been better, but if you like it, I definitely wouldn't feel too crazy about you saying that this is one of your favorite albums. Anyone saying that this is the best album of the year definitely hasn't heard anything else. So definitely don't want to see this being called album of the year from people. This definitely is not. I mean, that's my personal opinion. I just don't hear album of the year when I listen to this. I definitely don't hear worst album of the year, one of the worst albums. Disappointing album? Nah, not really. It's just what you expect from Gunna. So, I mean, going into his next album, you really want him to be better than this. This feels like Gunna's certified lover boy, an album that, was supposed to be way better than what it gave, As the women say, it's not giving what it's supposed to give, It's giving very much boring vibes. So, with that being said, man, I want to hear what y'all have to think or say about the album. If you haven't listened to it yet, please listen to it. Tell me if my rank for it is accurate. I'm about to go eat some goddamn breakfast. It is 1 o'clock and I still haven't eaten anything. Beyond any case, you already know what it is. TKG. Until we meet again, vibe. Have a good time, and I will see y'all later, man. Peace out. Being kicked in, being kicked in, being kicked in, wow. Damn.